Bienvenidas to Latina Literati. Today we're going to do something different. Normally I talk to you about people and places, but I've been asked to share with you a week in my life. My life as a business person, as an entrepreneur. And I thought it'd be interesting to take a look at that word. Entrepreneur comes from the Middle French, entreprendre, and in Spanish it would be emprendedora. And I think emprendedora is a more exact word of what I do, which is make things happen. And so what I do is solve problems as a business owner and as an attorney and as a mother and as a wife and a daughter and all of that. As a professional, we are taught certain skills, and those skills are really to allow us to achieve things within the society in which we live. But the other side of that is that we are here to help others. I receive at least weekly emails and calls from people who don't understand something, who need direction, who need references, and it's my pleasure, and I thoroughly enjoy helping others. That's why I serve on several nonprofit boards as well. Now, let me take you along for a week of what I do as an entrepreneur, as an emprendedora, for over 30 years. I started when I was 10. I help manage several family concerns. One of them is a construction company. And so I jokingly call this the gauntlet in front of the planning center. So sometimes in the mornings, because they're open really early, I will be there at 7:30 in the morning to try and expedite a permit or to get a certain permission or to file plans or to talk to an inspector to see about an inspection that's needed, to just try and troubleshoot and ensure that things get done as they should. And so this is what I like to call the gauntlet, these stones that have been placed there as an art piece that are shiny on the inside and colorful on the outside. I jokingly call that the planning gauntlet that you have to run through to get through the process. So I thought I'd share that with you. Sometimes the things that I do are pretty mundane. Like for example here, I'm just waiting for some of the vehicles to be serviced and I'm just sitting in the car reading, as I love to do. Other times I'm working with clients or subcontractors or people that we've contracted with for services or goods and trying to figure out all of the logistics that sometimes arise, especially now after the pandemic. There are all sorts of issues, whether it's specific insurance requirements or specific financing requirements. What I do is try and put all of the solutions that we need together to try and get things done. So that's what I do. Basically a problem solver. The time of day when solutions come fastest or clearest to me is in what is called the Brahmin hour, from about 4 to 6 a.m. If I'm awake during those hours, that's the time when all of a sudden things seem so clear and I see the path forward on any particular problem. And so I like to get up early, try and do some stretching yoga. Morning yoga for me means that kind of wiping my thoughts clear as you focus on the breathing and the poses, kind of distills the priorities for the day. So I love starting my day with not very long, sometimes only 20 minutes, sometimes an hour of stretching and yoga poses to really focus your intention and what you're going to be doing every single day, because every single day is a chance to accomplish something, to complete something, to help someone. So I like to, in the morning, kind of distill those thoughts and those intentions for the day, and then get as much work as I can get done in the morning, because then I have the rest of the day to deal with things that just come up that I didn't realize I was going to be working on, which is also fun for me. I never know what I'm going to be doing every day. I never know what problems will arise and what I'll have to do or where I'll be. Sometimes I think I'm going to be working in my office, and other times I'm literally on the other side of the city, county, or even area. I never know. So I enjoy that. One of the other mundane things I did this week was trying to figure out what to do with a lot of magazines, because we read a lot and we receive magazines almost daily. So after we read them, what do you do with them? And of course, I want to share. So originally there was a literacy project in Mississippi that was receiving them, and so I would box them up and send them, but the last box was returned. So I don't know if that means that they're no longer receiving or if they're no longer in existence. You know, a lot of places have stopped offering services after the pandemic. So I looked around and I'm looking where to donate them. Some of the places that we've donated, I think in the past too, have been, for example, the Prison Literacy Project. Sometimes hospitals or doctors' offices will take them, but again, there's a whole new requirement because of health security measures. Many offices are no longer taking them. So if you know of any place that takes magazines, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to donate magazines. When I'm walking around downtown and I am going to run errands or attend meetings, I love the public art. And so I thought I would share with you some of the public art that I see regularly when I'm walking around downtown San Francisco, because it's a beautiful city and it's a privilege to live here and be a native. One of the highlights for me this week was attending the 45th anniversary of the Mission Cultural Center. It was a beautiful evening full of music and full of remembrance, and also full of celebration and expectation and wonderful things to come for this institution, this mainstay, this cultural mainstay. So thank you, Robert. Also, I wanted to just leave with you a couple of tidbits of wisdom, if I may. I don't consider myself in any way an expert, but after 30 years, you know a couple things. So one, if business is something that is of interest to you, the most important thing is to prepare. So life in general is easier when you prepare. So if you need that certification or that license or that degree, just get it. Just get it. It won't be easier in the future. Just get it done. Whatever it is you need to do to prepare in whatever area you're interested in pursuing. And if you don't know, there are lots of vocational tests that you can take, counselors that you can talk to at different junior colleges and things that just kind of give you a sense of what you may be interested in. The most important thing is to prepare and be ready and have the tools to take advantage of whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you want to establish, whatever type of business you're interested in. So just prepare. On the flip side of that is continue to learn. I continue to learn and be challenged by everything from technology to new rules and regulations that come out all the time that I have to read about in order to understand what the expectations are in navigating the different systems that I work in every day. And two, nobody does this alone. We all depend on each other. And so don't be afraid or don't hesitate to ask for help. I'm always being asked for help, and I ask for help when I need help and guidance and different things. And so my second tidbit of wisdom would be ask for help and don't be afraid, because generally professionals want to help. And that's why we're professionals. And the third bit of wisdom is that we're here to create a better society, a better community. We're here to help each other. And so as we're working in whatever area we're working in, I think it's important to give back and to find ways to serve those who may need services. And so that's why I have spent all of my adult life on nonprofit boards and also in different experiences that allow me to give back, everything from helping in days where people come together to fill out their citizenship applications. It is incredibly moving to see whole families there and help them as they become citizens of the country and then have access to so many more opportunities. I would say on the other side, I've been part of a group of volunteer attorneys that has gone to Tijuana to work directly one-on-one with the asylum seekers. And again, incredibly moving to see the needs and the suffering and how important it is to be able to give people their legal right to asylum. Having these experiences outside of the normal business world and day just give you a much better perspective on where we are and what we need to do to make our community and our city a better place to live. And now you thought I was not going to include them, but of course I'm going to include some great book recommendations that have been guidance and inspiration, and may include more kernels of wisdom for you in entrepreneurship. So you've probably heard of the book, but the productivity principle is just exactly what it says. It talks about how you can be more productive and what it means to be productive. I mean, productivity is not working 24 hours a day. Productivity is working smart. And so again, that goes back to preparation, and it goes back to having the resources you need to get your job done, whatever that happens to be. So again, I'm sure you can probably get this at the library or your local bookseller, but I'll leave it linked in the description box below in case you decide to purchase a used or new copy. The second book is 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel. And again, it's the process of getting where you want to go. And I highly recommend it. I think it's well written, and it's a book that really allows you to gain perspective on the process. And the third book is The Mountain Is You. Sometimes we are raised in families or situations where we are under the misguided impression or have been given the misguided conclusion that we are not enough, or somehow we can't achieve what we want. Absolute lie. Only limitations we have are those that we impose on ourselves. We can do anything. If you're willing to work hard, you can do anything. The Mountain Is You basically addresses that. What have you been told that is holding you back? Or what is it that you believe that is holding you back? And the reality is nothing should be holding you back. We are an incredibly rich community, and we are in the richest place on earth. So whatever you want to do, there are resources to do it. You need to do the work, and you need to do the research to access those resources. But whatever you need, you can do it. And so that's really my final message to you. If you can dream it, then you can achieve it. So thank you so much for coming to the end of the video with me. I hope you've enjoyed this very different format. I would love to hear from you. So again, thank you so much. Please share, subscribe, comment. And as always, we wish you mucho cariño, mucho salud y mucho amor. Gracias.